I'm pro-human, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see humanity empowered. I want to promote things that I believe in, that I use, that I know are great. Whether it's the ProPure G2.0 filters that cut out the fluoride and the glyphosates, annihilate the competition. They cost the same or lower than the leading competition. Side-by-side comparisons at InfoWarsStore.com. You just can't beat it. Promo code 10% off water. And then we have InfoWarsLife.com with the lung cleanse and the super male vitality, the super female vitality, the survival shield nascent iodine, the organic high mountain volcanic Chiapas coffee. That's my personal favorite. So we got a connection to the co-op down there and bring it to you. Wake Up America in 2 different blends. One of them immune support at a very affordable price. Starbucks sells pretty much the same coffee. They get the same place for twice the amount. And there's an example right there. You support a patriot group, get the same coffee, half the price. InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com. But super female vitality, quite frankly, you know, groups like, well, this works for most women. And you've heard women's testimonials here on the air. But he said, I could tweak some stuff to make it even better for women. And we've had it a few months here, the beta batches of it. And then we have to pull the trigger. I have to decide to get it. Okay, let's go with it. Then we get the raw herbs in. Leading competitors have similar things for about twice the price. And it's dry herbs, and it's not as concentrated. That's why you get such a bigger response. And this stuff doesn't mimic your hormones. It gets your body to produce them. And I want Dr. Group to describe how this works, some of the things that are in the super female vitality. And then folks can know also, you know, get a bottle, try it. If it doesn't work great for you, you're going to be in the great minority. And it doesn't matter, you've supported the broadcast. But it's the real deal. And why so many people I know are cynical about female or male, you know, vitality, exercise, libido formulas, clarity formulas, because they've gotten a small response or maybe side effects. I've never seen such positive responses with what you've come out with here. Why is it so different? What is in the super female vitality that folks can get at InfoWarsLife.com?
Most of the stuff that's out there is bought from cheap Chinese herbs, or they get it from India, and most of it's just designed to try to sell you a lot of product for a high price. I mean, if you look in the muscle building magazines and you look at most of the vitamin stores that are out there, it's not really focused on adjusting the root cause of the problem. You know, they might use a high level of standardized herbs. Most likely those were powdered. The source of the herbs, they might contain metals or contaminants, or maybe they're not mixed. I mean, when I look at the majority of healthcare products out there on the market and call the companies and say, who formulated this? These herbs don't even work together. I mean, I could take guaranteed 90, probably 99% of the supplements out there on the market and find a problem with each one of them. Either they have magnesium stearate in it, they have some toxic compound in it, or they're using 2 herbs that block each other, the action. So these formulators really don't know what they're doing. You know, our R&D process is, we look at all different things, especially when you're dealing with a hormone product and you have to look at what the effect is going to be on DHEA, what the effect is going to be on estrogen, what the effect's going to be on progesterone, what the effect's going to be on testosterone, melatonin, serotonin. I mean, there's so many hormones that you have to cross-reference. One might decrease testosterone, one might increase testosterone. And then you have companies out there that are putting both of those herbs in one formula, so they're canceling each other out. There's a lot of research that goes behind it, and actually the majority of companies' formulators don't even have any type of scientific degree.
Well, I mean, I've talked to a lot of the companies looking into this over the last few years, and they just say, look, we just throw as many things as we can because people like to see a bunch of stuff on the label.
Yeah,
but it's like bad drug interactions, I guess, would be a similar analogy, where the doctors just throw people on all these prescriptions.
I've literally talked to formulators because I call them up on the phone and I'm like, so tell me, why'd you put that in there? And then they say, one guy said, well, to be honest with you, when I formulated the product, I just typed in male hormone product in Google, and I just took like the top 2 herbs that were in 20 different formulas or 10 different formulas that were popular out there, and they just take the top 2 and put it in their formula, and then they say that that's...
Well, that's the thing. I played football and stuff, so I didn't do any like illegal drugs or anything, but I would take yohimbe bark. And I would be able to work out harder, but feel crazy, swell up, and have headaches. I was on it a week, got off of it. So many other supplements make me feel bad. That's why I don't do them. These make me feel incredibly good.
Well, it has to do with the processing, too, and it has to do with choosing the herb. I mean, you might be able to get one specific herb from 20 different places. That, you know, this place over here, it might be, 6 months old, and it might be cut and sifted. This place over here might be powdered, and they're importing it from China, and it sat in a 200-degree warehouse in China for 10 years. This place over here might have, sourcing it from India. So the problem is when people look at formulating a product, other companies, they look for the least expensive herb available. So if they're looking for maca root, let's say, which is a good hormone regulator, they look their purchaser that's going to purchase it, because it gets handed off to a purchaser. I personally handle that myself because I know how important it is, but no other company does because they don't have time to do that. They hand it off to a purchaser. They find all the different companies. They find the cheapest one. You know, if they're going to buy a ton, 1,000 kilos, they're going to say, I don't care if the best one, the organic one over here, is $100 a kilo. We got to make some money. I'm going to buy this one from China that's been sitting up. It's on sale because they're trying to get rid of it.
And by the way, looking into this, I mean, I've talked to big formulators, and they go, oh, our whole bottle cost us $2, and they laugh at us that we actually get the organic wet herbs and get it all certified, and it costs us $16 a bottle or something. I mean, they just think that's ridiculous. They'd rather sell it for more than we do. It costs them a fraction of the price. I want to get good karma. I mean, I don't mean that. I'm not a Buddhist. I don't actually believe, but you reap what you sow. I want to have the best product. I want to feel good about what I'm selling. I want people to reorder it because it's so good. On top of it, you get more success out of giving them a good product.
Well, the oath that medical doctors take is first do no harm.
Hippocratic oath. They don't even give that anymore.
You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it. First, do no harm. I mean, I know because I've studied all the other companies and what they do, and a lot of those products are harmful to the body. So that's the first step. And then the second step is make sure that it's processed correctly. There's people that process their herbs in aluminum batches.
Or they hot process. You cold press.
And that denatures. Or they use alcohol, which you're only able to extract, 40% of the herb's constituents from it. And by the way, alcohol is an endocrine disruptor too. So why am I going to put an herb, make an herbal formula that's supposed to help support normal hormone
That's
levels,
why you go with glycerin base.
and put an endocrine disruptor in.
And your glycerin is from German certified organic corn.
My vegetable glycerin comes from different sources, but the one I use and the one I like to use is from palm, actually.
Yeah.
It's from palm.
I just know one of the purchase orders I saw was a German corn. People can argue, well, there's no such thing as organic corn. No, Germany's got it certified.
Well, if it's organic, it's fine. I mean, we're trying. There's a shortage right now of vegetable glycerin. But
I know.
People are trying to do the same thing.
I was about to say, we've caused doing this. And it's funny because then everybody starts doing what we're doing, and then they get mad at us. Like, we create the market, and they're like, mad, you need to now go die somewhere because you made iodine so popular.
Well, think about this. I mean, I personally believe that, because there's 200 plant species or just any living species going extinct practically every day right now, one of the reasons why there are so many pesticides and insecticides sprayed and the genetically modified and with the chemtrails is that the perennial herbs are highly sensitive to soil conditions, especially acidic soil. So when you spray aluminum nanoparticles all over the ground, we're losing a lot of the medicinal herbs.
Oh, yeah, only the GMO that they've stacked into Monsanto products, aluminum resistance, so only their stuff can grow.
So why do you think that they have a seed vault with thousands of medicinal herbs when medicinal herbs are the direct competition to population control eugenics and direct competition to the pharmaceutical
I was about to say they have 14 Rockefeller-inspired UN seed vaults. 14.
Right.
And they have zoological vaults.
So what happens if they kill off all the medicinal herbs?
Only they then have it.
Yeah,
to bring it back.
And there's no more supplements for people to take that they can use. Instead of they're forced into taking pharmaceuticals. It's
simply incredible, and it helps fund our operation as well. Super Feminine Vitality. Tell folks about some of the things that are in it. It's available at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling 888-253-3139. And again, this is how we help fund the operation as well. We do these little promos once a month or so with Dr. Grube, but mainly get into the news here with him. Tell folks how this is different than the Super Male Vitality formula.
Well, it's just this. It's a lot of the same herbs are in there. The only difference is we added one herb in there that really works good for female libido, which is epididium, and it's another name for it is horny goatweed. And what makes this formula, what makes it so special is women, especially women in their 40s, you know, when they're estrogen dominant, they lose a lot of self-confidence because they start gaining that extra weight. They don't feel sexy anymore, and it's very important for a woman, obviously, to feel like she's sexy and that she can look in the mirror and she's self-confident and she likes herself. You know, that actually...
That's what's sexy, is a woman that thinks she's sexy.
Well, that is what helps produce the pheromones, and the pheromones are the attractive hormones for men and women. So, you know, if a woman is not feeling good about herself, she thinks she's, you know, unhealthy, she's fat, you know, blah, 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 then, you know, and the fact that she has low energy levels, you know, she's deficient in iodine. I mean, all those things go hand in hand. What this is designed to do is bring them back to where they were when they were 18. Of course, I highly recommend that all the women look online for endocrine disrupting chemicals, estrogen mimicking chemicals, and start avoiding all those, because if you really want to bring yourself back...
Exactly. Even more important than taking this is purify the water, get away from the stuff that has it in there by design.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, that's the real public service announcement, and then support the InfoWar getting this product. And you know, seeing what it does for you. Check with your healthcare provider. Now, let's shift gears to the really big announcement here today. Then we're going to have Bilderberg coverage in the next hour, but I want to get back into your big list of how they're targeting women. Let's talk about Survival Shield X2, ladies and gentlemen. And look, you'll notice I have an X2 that's already been tapped into here. I've been taking it for over a month, and I've also been working on some of the other new stuff we've got as well. Look, listen, we're going to keep selling the Survival Shield. It's excellent, the regular. And it's great for kids and things because it's not as strong as this. And I got to be honest, folks, we can't even keep enough of this in. And like you said, there's shortages in the palm oil and things. So I went out and looked at other iodines, and they did things like, you know, burn my gut. I learned other people were getting ulcers from it. It has the alcohol. Iodine does something weird in iodine. There's some formulas out there that I think are okay. I'm not knocking it. You need it regardless. It's just that in this glycerin base and the type of iodine it is, where it comes from, there's nothing like it. But he came out with X2 that's even stronger, is bright red. I've never seen iodine that's either black, brown, turns black and brown, or it's blue, blue-yellow. This is bright red, like blood, and turns bright blue on paper like the actual crystal, that if you had a crystal of it, this is where this comes from, it would, like alien blood, eat through 3 or 4 floors, okay, unless it was in ceramics. This is explosive stuff. And just to let you know, a lot of hoops had to be gone through to get this type of iodine. It's super controlled. The group's been in business forever and is able to get it, okay? There's like wars going on, you know, for companies to even get this iodine of this quality. Dr. Group, we're not playing games. I don't want to go into all the inside baseball, but iodine is heavily controlled. Tell people why and tell them what X2 is, because this is special.
When I was looking at developing a higher potency iodine, one of the questions that we were getting from a lot of people was, why is all the iodine sourced from seaweed, especially with Fukushima being, you know, with all the radiation going on, you know, how do we know that iodine is safe? So that led me on a journey to try to find, is there any other sources of pure raw material of iodine? Iodine, like you said, is very heavily regulated by the DEA because it's used to make methamphetamine. So what I ended up tracking down, and I actually had to fly out to different places, but there was and this is not too many people know this, there's actually a deposit which is 7,000 to 10,000 feet deep inside the earth from millions of years ago. It's a salt deposit which is very, very high in iodine. There's a company that actually drilled all the way down and